Hi, Sandra Wilson here, clinical hypnotherapist. And I'm just wondering if you ever feel just really crap about yourself. Do you ever just feel that you're not good enough, that other people always seem to be more successful, cleverer, faster, richer, happier, better in every single way? And it's just a feeling, this feeling that you just don't measure up. And even though this feeling is very common and could be a sign that you have low self-esteem, it is incredibly common for people with ADHD, and especially if you are a woman. Now, I was reading somewhere, and I forget exactly where I read it, but children with ADHD are estimated to receive about 20,000 more negative messages by the age of 12 than their neurotypical peers. And it isn't any wonder then, really, if you've maybe struggled with ADHD symptoms and you've maybe not been diagnosed yet, or perhaps you have and you finally got an answer to why you perhaps feel different to other people. So have you grown up in an environment where you felt that you didn't fit, where you were just told you were lazy, that you were a daydreamer, that you were a terrible listener, that you were disorganized and messy? And maybe you just felt that you were being left behind at school, perhaps didn't perform as well as you could have done. Please excuse the noise going on outside in the lane. So yeah, it isn't any wonder, to be honest, why women with ADHD seem to have lower levels of self-worth. Now, the unfortunate thing is, when you've been basically conditioned to believe that you are different, that you are lazy, that you are a daydreamer, that you're messy and disorganized and you can't manage things very well, then that is exactly what's going to happen as you grow older. And it's a little bit like the self-fulfilling prophecy. So I don't know whether anyone's heard of, there was a very famous experiment. I learned about it years ago when I was studying psychology. It was about an experiment, probably not that ethical, where a classroom was divided up into children who had brown eyes, children who had blue eyes. So you were either in the blue-eyed group or the brown-eyed group. And what the teachers did was they told the blue-eyed group that they had all these wonderful attributes, and the brown-eyed group that they basically didn't. So it was quite negative stuff that they were being told. And funnily enough, the brown-eyed group performed really badly in comparison, and then they switched it over. So then the brown-eyed kids were told they were wonderful, the blue-eyed kids were told that they were basically stupid. And then it transpired that exactly the same thing happened. Attainment was better amongst the kids who were told the more positive messages. Now, of course, this isn't the most ethical experiment ever carried out. It's quite a famous, well-known one, I think. It was used to demonstrate the power of prejudice. But that's exactly what kids with any type of neurodiversity experience when they're in the school system that just feels it's not made for them. If you're fed dozens and dozens of messages about being lazy or stupid or slow or a daydreamer or messy or unreliable or untrustworthy, is it any wonder that you carry around a lot of shame and guilt? Maybe having an ADHD diagnosis helped you get some answers, but it still doesn't clear the baggage. I'm going to stop now because I think there's something going on outside in the lane. They're probably laying a patio next door. So that was my little piece for the day. Negative conditioning can be changed, by the way, and I might be able to help you. Anyway, I'll be back with more content on a slightly quieter day. Bye for now.